I have this conversation with my kids pretty regularly. I'm really lucky. Both my kids are pretty smart. They get good grades. And the conversation that I have with them about grades isn't, I demand perfection. The conversation that I have with them is, I expect them to give their best. I just expect them to give their best. It changes the way that they approach it. It changes the way that they approach learning. It changes the way they approach performance. How do we adjust how we address performance? How do we address that? How do we think differently about it? Because the truth is, and this is the thing, before we even started this podcast, talking with my friend Taylor here about how there are so many things going right now, but the life feels a little manic, feels a little crazy. And in it feeling crazy, I could either focus on the things that don't feel quite settled, or I can look at it and go, there's so much good happening that I want to lean into that I want to think about that I want to focus on that. Because the good things that are happening are the things that have worth. Does that make sense? I want to focus on the things that have worth. When I look at the metrics, and this is where I started from the very beginning of this podcast. When I'm looking at the metrics, I'm looking at this podcast and I'm saying, right now, I'm not focused on numbers. I'm not focused on followers. I'm not focused on engagement. I'm not focused on views. I'm not focused on clicks. I'm not focused on all those things. I'm focused on the process, because there's going to be growth in the process. The first podcast to the second podcast to the third podcast to this is episode 9. There's growth that's been in that.